my screen. Her smile, it shines so bright. She's a queen with every scene. In the morning or the night, recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. Every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong.
Petals got power, Florabella stands tall. Every drip, every drop, watch the haters fall. Channel sharp as thorns, ain't taking no mess. Scroll through her feet, feel that queen's finesse. Vines tangle tight, but Flora breaks free. Roots so deep, can't mess with her tree. From the mud she rises, roses from the dirt. Every comment section she lays down hurt. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless. From the garden green to the concrete wall, Florabella, unstoppable nature's child. Leaves whisper secrets, she's the loudest shout. From the channel buzzing, she never backs out. Seed of strength, through seasons she grows. In the face of doubt, her spirit glows. Cameras ain't a limit, she branches out. Thorns in her crown, she wears it no doubt. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless. Flora's anthem, blooming under pressure. Resilient, resolving, no lesser. Florabella's reign strong and relentless. Beauty in battle, queen sure defenseless.
Talk to someone else, cause I can't talk to bro boy. I can't talk to bro boy. I can't talk to bro boys. I can't talk to bro boy. I can't talk to bro boy. No, I can't talk to bro boy. I can't talk to. That nigga's crazy. Hopping in, bitch, and I saw it to be. Snakes in the grass, so they harder to see. My brother would give up his life to the O. He told me he'd go be a martyr for me. Said that she ready to corner the 6. I hit up Pauline and charter the P. Ain't really leave, but I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm right. riding around in Atlanta was sad, cause that nigga been going harder than me. Nothing to change, I'm just harder to please. Ferrari is making an SUV. We ain't got a choice, we ordering these. Shout out Noel for recording the V's. He know where this shit about to go. Cause nobody touching the flow. They say you alone at the top, but it's gotta be lonely below. You was getting ready to diss, but don't even mention a hoe. And don't even mention a foe, unless you was trying to go broke. Whoa, I got more strikes than Adidas. Yeah, I got the stripes, you fuck bitch. I don't chase bitches, I leave them. Hoes screaming like a pussy. I don't get mad, I get even. Treat you niggas like a pussy. I don't get mad, I get even. Treat you niggas, then you whoa. All that foundation she wearing, she thinks she QC. Tell her I might sneak in with you with me. You must be Coach K cause you ain't P. I'm on the jet like my last name Lee. 2 sticks in my hand like I'm playing a Wii. G-Block babies will spank you for free. We rough niggas up, now they begging for peace. Baby. Stepping on shit out in French in my toe. One that I told, I'm so OVO. Halloween coming, he wanna dress up, but he don't need no costume, I'm turning them ghosts. She called me mucus, I stay in her throat. See, hit that boy, got his ass hitting notes. My niggas were mad, so you know where this shit about to go. Cause nobody touching the flow. They say you alone at the top, but it's gotta be lonely below. You was getting ready to diss, but don't even mention a hoe. And don't even mention a foe, unless you was trying to go broke. Oh damn, man, you niggas at the worst. Savage snatch you out your crib, then drop you in a hearse. Baby, please, make me nervous. Stop reaching in your purse. Nigga went and bought a house when he could've bought a verse. Niggas dumb as fuck. Imagine if I did that stupid shit when I was coming up. My crib feel like a hedge fund. I be in here just thumbing up. No, I'm S1 till I'm done fucking London up. Niggas made me nauseous. I had enough of broke boys. I can't talk to 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 broke boys. All you niggas make me sick. All you niggas rapping about the bricks and the licks. Then I hear in real life you living with your bitch. I can't talk to broke boys. I can't talk to broke boys. I can't talk to broke boys. I don't want no combo. I don't got no time for niggas posting mansion, living in a condo. Y'all be make believing. I cannot relate to ya. I can't talk to broke boys. I can't talk to broke boys. I cannot believe y'all was dissing on a old boy. I can't even think of how you came up with that flow, boy. Please talk to someone else, cause I can't talk to broke boys. 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 No, I can't.
All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the delay. I was having some issues with the stream because it was not putting up the things that I wanted to put up. So give me 1 second here. We're about to get started because today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some trending stories, trending crime, trending, news, I could say, because some of this is not really crime. But just kind of some trending stories right now that caught my eye and that are incredibly shocking. All right. So I won't spend too much time introducing the material because a lot of it today is visual. We're doing body cams and things like that. So thank you all for joining me here today. I understand I'm very early today, a little bit earlier than yesterday, but hopefully those of you who get the notification can come out, watch the show. If you're catching this on the playback, do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe. All of that will help me, and it doesn't cost a thing. It does not cost a thing. Some love don't cost a thing. All right, so good morning to again, Miss Joanne. Thank you for your donation. We've got some people in the clouds that are just kind of lingering and watching. Those of you in the clouds, do me a favor and join the chat. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, do all that. It helps the channel and it helps for the engagement. All right. So we're going to get into the first story here that I wanted to talk about. This is a woman who had been in the United States for 30 years. Okay, 30 years. She was a nurse. Her paperwork was clean, but she was not a U.S. citizen. Okay, and so she faced a horrible fate. It's the first story we're going to get into, guys. Do me a favor and hit the like button.
Family trying to get their loved one back. Her deportation is making international news because of this video we're going to show you. It shows her being dragged last week by people who appear to be officials in Ghana. The woman's attorney says she was deported from the U.S. after living in our area for more than 30 years. NBC News has reported about dozens of deportees being sent to Africa from the U.S. since the summer, part of a new third country deportation program.
So, okay. So I want everybody to come forward, okay? We're gonna have to talk about what is happening, because I know a lot of people have been eyes closed, mouths shut, because it's been happening to Mexicans. Okay, Mexicans. No, this is a global issue. People from all over the world are being targeted, and they look a particular way. For one, though, this is where I'm gonna need FBA, not FBA, sorry, that's the wrong terminology. They have nothing to do with this. I'm gonna need the diaspora, we're all global black, come to Ghana and get papers. I'm gonna need all those countries to speak up for what is happening right now. Because this lady's story is deplorable. What happened to her, the fact that she's being treated like this on her home continent, this is deplorable, right? This is why America became a melting pot, because our own nations, our own land, where a lot of us come from, where our family and our lineage is from, this is what they do. Whether the person's being deported or not, first of all, she didn't break any laws. The only thing she did was be a black woman in America who was not a U.S. citizen. Why is she being dragged on the floor like that? No, the problem is she's here legally. She had working papers. She came to the United States from Sierra Leone as an immigrant. She didn't swim over here. She didn't cross the border in the middle of the night. She came here as a refugee, and she's not being treated as such. I've seen so many news articles and stories about how Hispanic, Latin people are being treated poorly, blah, blah, blah. But these cases like this, nobody's paying attention. And then these people land on the African diaspora, and look at how they're being dragged around like rag dolls, treated like animals. It's one thing if she was being deported as a criminal or something like that. Okay, whatever you get in your homeland is what you get. But she literally did nothing besides be a black African immigrant who dared to not get citizenship papers. Is that the only reason why she's deported? Let's continue.
And as Tracy Wilkins and the News 4 I-Team report tonight, the video is raising questions from her family about how deportees are treated in other countries.
Mohammed Aghali's mom is his best friend. The two bought this home together in Bowie, Maryland, and he's now worried she won't return after being deported earlier this month.
When I felt defeated, felt like I failed my mom.
You felt like you failed her?
I felt like I failed her just because I'm really, doing anything for my mom.
He says his mom, Rabiatu Kuyate, came to Maryland 30 years ago fleeing Sierra Leone's civil war. Mohammed was born here in the U.S. and says his grandparents joined them here and became citizens. Kuyate never became a citizen, but was a nurse with a work permit.
And the sad part is she brought all of her family here. Her children, her son ended up being born here, so obviously he got birthright citizenship. And then her parents were brought over here and they received citizenship. It's like they're saying the whole issue they have with her is that she never became a citizen. I mean, that's so troubling because she did nothing. She literally did nothing. She worked, she became a nurse. I mean, we're going to hear about her story from her children, her family, but this is a person who committed 0 crimes. 0. Hey, young Riaz. Let's continue.
And was required to check in with ICE every year. But things quickly changed during her July check-in.
They called her to the back, and they said, yeah, Rabiati, you have an order of removal, so, we're detaining you. I mean, my heart just broke.
Did you think that she would see your mother again when they took her that day?
Yes, I was optimistic. I was hoping I'd be able to, see what we could do about getting her released that day.
But he would not see her face to face again. After several days, she was moved to an ICE facility in Louisiana, where she was held for months, according to her attorney.
Honestly, I don't think anyone expected her to be detained just because nothing had changed with her circumstances.
Immigration attorney Hannah Bridges represents Kouyaté and says while she was held in Louisiana this past September, a judge...
Yeah, nothing had changed. The main thing that changed is that we gained a xenophobic, racist president who honestly has been playing games from the moment he became president. I mean, we're a year in. It feels like it feels like he's been our president for hundreds of years. DEI, rolling back protections for certain fields, trying to destabilize women's careers. I mean, it's just abortion laws. What is happening? I mean, 2016, he wasn't shaking shit really. Besides, getting into drama and political games, not much. Yeah, not giving dignity, especially because she was here legally. How was she able to come and bring her family and make them citizens? But because she didn't become a citizen, now she's suddenly volatile. She's a threat to the United States. I mean, she was a nurse.
Granted an order saying she could not be sent back to Sierra Leone, where she says her client had been tortured. Bridges says the U.S. immediately began exploring other countries to send her to, which she also tried to fight in court with requests for hearings.
Those requests went unacknowledged.
Are you concerned that her civil rights were violated during this process?
Absolutely.
How so?
She should have been given notice and an opportunity to seek protection from removal to a third country. And the government had multiple opportunities to do this.
Bridges says earlier this month, Kouyaté was flown from the U.S. to Ghana, a country she's never been to before.
Hi, Mom.
Muhammad called his mother in Africa while we were with him. She says her wrists and ankles are swollen from being shackled for the 10-hour flight. She said some others had it even worse.
There was another guy on the floor. That guy, they trained him from the head down to the feet. They said, if you don't cooperate with us, that's how we're going to tie you.
Kouyaté told the I-team she and other deportees were sent to a hotel in Ghana. She says she was there for 6 days before this happened. A bus arrived to take her to Sierra Leone, even though an American judge ordered she could not be sent there. Her attorney says she was ultimately sent there anyway, although she resisted.
That's when they dragged me. So they bumped the back of my head.
The I-team.
So this is the reality that's waiting for you guys. All right, this and this message is going directly to the Africans who are thinking, excuse me, to the Black people who are thinking that they can go and build a life in Africa. Okay, they literally ordered that she could not be deported to Sierra Leone, and this is what the public officials did there. This is the corruption. As much as I even like my country, love my country that my parents are from, I know that this is the level of corruption that's waiting for you at the end of the day. This woman did not commit a singular crime. They can't even think of anything she did. She was just removed out of the country, given no reason, giving no due process. She's supposed to receive notice. She checked in every year. I don't understand. The problem with that is that her parents were given citizenship via her child, right? Her and her children, her child was born here. She came here with papers. She applied to live here as a refugee from Sierra Leone, where she was facing political warfare and violence. She was granted that. She came here. She became a nurse. She had children. She got married. She had a family. And what happened? Donald Trump becomes president in 2026, 2020, 2024, what was it? And then by the time he was sworn in, beginning of last year, He's been president for a year, and many dozens of innocent people have been deported since then. People who've done nothing, haven't committed crimes. They said we're coming for the worst first. I guess they've sorted through all the worst, and now they're just coming for any immigrant who doesn't look like Melania Trump. She didn't come to the U.S. with work papers. She came here seeking refugee status. She became a nurse here. She got a family. She got married. She had all of that. And then at this particular time, when she was checking in like she usually does, they decided to deport her. Well, you know, there's a lot of reasons why they're going around the Constitution. She is legal. That's the thing. She's legal. She was here legally. She was going and doing her annual renewal and checking in. She's been here 30 plus years. Yeah, he never said he wasn't going to get them all. They're trying to make space for a particular type of immigrants. You can't be a black or brown immigrant. There's people like this. See ya. They're not going to go pick cherries in the farm. They're not going to go pick fruits. They're not going to do manual labor. They're not going to build houses. They're not going to get specialized anything. This is the part that's questionable. But even then, what is the crime that she's committing? Because her son was able to bring his grandparents here, and they were able to get citizenship. So I'm trying to understand where the nuance, like, it's literally like they just deported her. No, you're okay. It's just the facts are very important in this case, because she was here for 30 years. She came here seeking refugee, and a lot of people who do that, they come here to stay. They build lives. They pay taxes. They get an education. She was a nurse. Yeah, exactly. Grabbing people at their immigration hearing just means less people even show up for their hearing. Yeah, because they know now that it's a sentence to be ripped away from your family. There's probably underground tunnels. There's a judge I just read who is facing, you know, action from the GLP because of it. That they refused to take and allow for somebody who was a citizen to be deported. Not her grandchildren, her parents, because her children are born here. They're not going to need citizenship. 30 years and no, let me see, and no permanent stay. She did have stay papers. I don't know. She just never became a U.S. citizen. I'm not leaving anything out, but let's keep listening.
Obtained multiple videos of the dragging that were sent to her family. Kouyaté believes the people in the green uniforms worked for Ghana's government. These are pictures of some of the injuries she says she sustained after the dragging. The video went viral overseas, and several media outlets in West Africa reported that the Sierra Leone High Commission, which is like its embassy in Ghana, said it's aware of the incident and will investigate. We asked the Ministry of the Interior for Ghana about this. They acknowledged our email, but didn't answer our questions. We received no response from Sierra Leone officials.
I consider America my home. It's like I built relationships there.
Kouyaté says she's safe for now in an undisclosed location in Sierra Leone, as her family sits in the home she owns in Bowie, wondering what her future holds and if she will ever come back again.
Do you feel like the U.S. government has failed your mom?
Yes, 100%.
We reached out to Maryland's ICE for comment several days ago. They asked that we share our videos of the dragging, which we did. They still have not responded to our questions about the case. In September, the U.S. Department of Justice argued in a federal court that it had no power to control how another country treats deportees. It said that Ghana had pledged to the U.S. it wouldn't send the deportees back to their home countries.
As if Ghana's word should be taken. I'm sorry to say. Why would Ghana's word be worth anything? I'm not. Why would it be worth anything? They gave the U.S. their word. You guys should have made a treaty if you really cared. That if it's violated, that XYZ happens. These countries aren't going to honor nothing. You threw them to them and made them their problem. Oh yeah, yes, they're going to drag her. Oh, you can't go back to Sierra Leone because of they granted you your little refugee status. That don't roll over here. Get your butt on the bus. That's what they did to her. And you got Black Americans on YouTube talking about, oh, I'm gonna go back to the motherland. I'm gonna go back to the. Y'all are slow if you're gonna do it. Don't trust none of them countries who are sitting in your face saying, oh yes, we want Americans to come here. Oh yes. No, they want your American dollars and that's it. Nothing else. This is what's waiting. This woman did nothing. She's not even being brought to that country as a criminal. She's there as somebody who was simply removed from a country after 30 years of living, building, paying taxes. She wasn't ducking and dodging through the waters and slipping through city lines. This woman literally came here legally. She was always updating her paper, always going to her hearings. Someone was saying up here earlier, why would anyone else show up? Why would anyone else show up? Let's continue them.
Human Rights Office has called on Ghana to stop deporting people from the U.S. to their home countries if U.S. courts have said it's dangerous for them to return. And with Kouyaté, she was the primary caregiver for both of her parents, her mom and dad. They thought, the whole family thought, when she got on that plane that was headed to Ghana, that she was going to be released and coming home. So everyone involved in this was confused and shocked and just wondering what can be done at this point.
And at this point, is there hope? How are they feeling now?
They're feeling hopeless. And what her son said there about feeling like the country has let his mother down. During COVID, she's a nurse. She's worked in long-term care facilities and also in homes and worked throughout COVID and did so much for the people of this country. And she said she feels like this is her home. And now she's been taken away from her home. She left Sierra Leone and didn't want to, but had to for her own safety. So this has been a very difficult situation for all involved, but it gave us an opportunity to see what's happening with these third country deportations and just the conditions that people are being flown in. It is, it's definitely an issue.
Just shocking to see that video and then to hear her voice.
Yeah, and she talked about a man being chained from neck down. Imagine you're just grabbing people off the streets, and this is the fate that's awaiting them. They did nothing but work, be legal residents in this country, show up to their hearings despite what has been happening to people all over this country. It's insane. All right, let's move on to the next story here. Now, just as shocking and, troubling, another case. This is a case of a state trooper who was accused of doing the unthinkable. All right, the footage finally comes out of the traffic stop, and this is what we learned.
First look at dash cam footage from an ongoing investigation into a former Oklahoma Highway Patrol trooper.
Jarquez Evans was arrested back in March for allegedly sexually assaulting a woman after a traffic stop. After the investigation, he was fired from the OHP, and now we're getting a look at the video from that traffic stop.
It all started as a routine traffic stop. Jarquez Evans pulled over a woman for an expired tag near Southeast 29th and South High Avenue on January 26th. From dashcam video inside the trooper's car, you can see and hear as he walked up to the woman's car. You can see the woman get out of her car, then Evans searched her pockets, then had her get into his patrol car.
Like I said, there was a private front too. Okay, I'll remember you said that.
Then the video shows Evans searching inside her vehicle.
Come on, sit down.
The two are then seen going through the items together and talking to each other. At this point, the dashcam video goes silent. Moments later, the trooper gets out of the car. According to prosecutors, Evans allegedly told the woman to go down the street with him or go to jail. And in the newly released footage, you can see the two get in their own cars and drive away from the traffic stop, eventually stopping at another location just down the road. You can see Evans get out of his patrol car and get into the woman's car. She then drove further south and parked. That's where Evans allegedly unzipped his pants and told the woman to perform a sex act on him, then allegedly proceeded to sexually assault her. After about 12 minutes, Evans gets back in his car and drives away. The woman eventually reported the incident to Oklahoma City police, and Evans was arrested and booked on charges of rape and forcible assault.
And you know, honestly, this is the most disgusting, despicable thing that somebody could do in that position. You know, like to send people. There is no way to vet this type of criminal. That's like the most disturbing part about it, is that you cannot predict who is going to be a sexual predator. You can't. And the more that they come upon people who are in these positions where they don't want to be hurt, they don't have money for a ticket, you know, that maybe they have some expired tags and that's their only way to work. So even if they go to jail and they get bailed out, you know, they have nothing, they can't, like, they find people in these positions and they harm them. And the fact that nobody can vet them, these are the scariest types. And these people need to be thrown in cages, lock the key. There's nothing you could do for somebody who would do this. There's no change in mindset that's going to fix that, in my opinion. Let's continue.
He was also fired. OHP releasing a new statement with the dashcam footage, saying in part, "Our focus has been and will continue to be on pursuing justice for the victim in this case. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol values the trust placed in us by the citizens we serve. When that trust is called into question, we take appropriate action in accordance with our policies and the law, regardless of position or rank."
Evans' case is set for a preliminary hearing in early 2026. We'll, of course, keep you updated.
All right, so that was a disturbing case. OHP has to get it together. You know, someone who goes out of their way to do something like that, definitely not their first crime, definitely not their first sex crime, especially. Hey, Black Beauty, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Welcome to the channel. All right, so I wanted to get into this case here, and you have my favorite sheriff here, right? Sheriff Judd. He's going to talk about this man who literally took his wife and attempted to delete his stepchildren because of an NFL group. Sorry, obviously, this man had other issues going on. Not that any of us care. You know, but his little spree ended in him self-deleting. But let's get into this press conference that Sheriff Judd had about this individual. How do I turn notifications on? You go like next, so you click my page, and then there'll be a bell button. If it's black, that means that you have all notifications. If it just shows like, oh, notification on, that means you'll only get some. You just gotta click the bell until it's black. All right. Let me get some of these bandits out of here. Yes, that's all our favorite sheriff. Seriously, he's my favorite sheriff for sure. Hey, Black Beauty. Hey, Lana Love. Happy New Year. All right, let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. As you know, anytime you report on a murder, it's a sad situation. It is hugely sad when it's around Christmas. And what I'm about to describe to you is even 10 times that worse. And it started last night in Highland City. Jason Kinney, who's 47, is married to Crystal Kinney. And Jason's been drinking during the evening. And he's watching his football team, the 49ers, play football. Well, they're having a good night. They're winning. In fact, they won big. Sometime toward the end of the game, at around 11 o'clock, an argument began when Crystal suggested they watch something else on television. And the argument got really heated. Crystal told her 12-year-old son to go call 911. So the 12-year-old flees to the neighbor's house in order to dial 911. And as he's leaving the house, he hears a gunshot. Deputies arrive in less than 5 minutes of the call for service. And when we enter the house, we see that Crystal Kinney, the wife of Jason, is shot in the head and dead.
And let me just say this, besides the fact that he looks, someone called it smoked out the other day when I was watching something else. He looks blowed out. He looks full, like all he does is drink and swell up and come home and drink and swell up. That's what this face is giving. But this was probably not the first time that he threatened her, that he was violent towards her, that something simple would cause him to behave this way. Okay, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. This was not new. Someone said Black Beauty said he's one of the best on the internet. He's best in the internet. I think he's an actual sheriff in which he actually tries to solve crimes. Like, he's very detailed about cases. He's very meticulous. I mean, that's what I've seen. So,
but it gets worse. We go into the bedroom and we see a 13-year-old child, a little girl. She's shot twice. She's shot in the shoulder and she's shot in the face. We later learned the bullet in the face hit her on the bridge of the nose, went straight up and out the top of her head. She is alive in critical condition.
And like, what causes you to shoot a 12-year-old? You know, this is why that police officer who broke into that apartment and or baby in that DV situation, that's why he's a hero. Because these individuals who terrorize their partners, they're very willing to delete family members, to take anyone down with them. He wanted to delete as many people. He was on a one track. Like, he was just trying to kill as many people as he could. And that's all it was for him. He was a weak, dangerous man. Yeah, this is a terrible case. I was reading this and I was baffled, you know, just knowing that she was shot in the skull, like in the face, a 12-year-old who she did nothing to him. There's nothing you can convince me she did to him. You know, and this is why sometimes people think that these traditional situations, family, marriage, husband, kids, he's the leader of the house, that these are beautiful situations. No. These can turn very deadly very quickly. Yeah, he definitely does. He definitely does drag these criminals too. And that's what they need. But yeah, weak men are the most dangerous.
But stable at Lakeland Regional Health and is alert and talking. That's a Christmas miracle. Jason shot her twice and intended to kill her. He didn't, however, shoot his biological child, thank God, who was 1 year old and in a crib. He shot his stepdaughter. He didn't get a chance to shoot his stepson, who had run to dial 911. Jason then jumps into his vehicle and flees the scene just prior to deputies arriving. He is going toward Lake Wells. He calls his sister in upstate New York, and he says, I've done something very, very bad. Very bad. I did something terrible. And this is the last time you'll ever talk to me. You'll see me on the news, but I am not going to jail. I'm not going to jail for the rest of my life. So he goes to his father's house, which apparently is currently in probate. His father's deceased, and there's a friend staying there. When he gets to the house, he immediately goes into a shed. Deputies now are tracking Jason. We set up a perimeter and start yelling for Jason to come out of this shed, which is adjacent to the home. And the deputies hear a single gunshot. When we make entrance into the shed, we find that Jason has shot himself in the forehead, and he too is deceased.
So I wanted to look that up just to give you guys some context, because I had heard about, but this is very new, right? Savannah's law refers to Tennessee's legislation effective January 1st, 2026, creating the first U.S. public registry for habitual domestic violence offenders, named for Deputy Savannah Puckett, who was murdered by her ex-boyfriend. This TBI maintained registry aims to enhance public safety by tracking repeat abusers and making information to help prevent future violence. That needs to happen. Like, they need to make this a federal law. Like, they need to make this a federal law, because there's no reason why guys should be able to move all over the country. Got 15 in each state, got 4 DV charges, 4 stalking charges, 4 protection orders against them. Like, that should be national information. You know, I hope this is going to set a precedent. This obviously is very, it's starting now, so they must have put it into law a couple of years ago. Let's see a few more information. To identify and track individuals with multiple DV convictions, managed by Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. So it would have to be the PI of the state chooses to do. Introduction of Listen, cop or not, she was a woman, right? She was a victim. She became a victim, cop or not, because she was a cop too, right? And that didn't protect her from being murdered by her spouse. So let me see here. Yeah, murdered by her ex-boyfriend in 22, highlighting a better need for tracking of repeat offenders after she had called 911 for help. So it became active on January 1st. All right, so I do believe they need to implement more things like that, because, again, some of these dudes have 5, 6 states where they have DV charges, stalking charges, protection orders out against them. Like, that definitely should be a national database. But again, something that's going to protect women from men isn't necessarily going to be prioritized, I don't think, right? So it's definitely an amazing thing for Tennessee, but I think it's going to take some time before people understand how important this is on a national level. Yeah. Imagine how many lives would be saved if that was a nationwide. Girl, listen, you'd be able to identify some people who have a propensity to violence like this. Might even be able to connect some people to crimes. Hold people accountable. Like, it's craziness. All right, let's continue.
Think about this a minute. As the investigations unfolded during the night, and we're still in the preliminary stages, and as I always say when we talk soon, whatever we give you today is subject to modification. We found a note that at some time in the past Crystal wrote, and it was open, where she told Jason, you know, you're drinking, you're using cocaine again, this is not the way the family should be, you need God. Crystal, by the way, goes to church every Sunday. We don't know when she wrote the note. It's not dated. There's no time. There's no indication, but it was open. So did she write it as they argued earlier in the evening, or had it been some period of time? We can't determine that. We also were able to talk to the 12-year-old, our Christmas miracle. She said, I begged him, don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me, and he shot me anyway. This is things that are never supposed to happen. And certainly we are all very, very happy that our little 13-year-old girl is, from every indication, going to survive and thrive. But the investigation's still underway.
You know, what an incredibly traumatizing situation to beg for your life and have the person who was married to your mother not care enough and just pull the trigger with every intention of taking your life. That is some trauma she's going to have to live with. Lost her mom on top of that. There are many who report it. That's the crazy part. For all that, for the 5 that report, there's like 20 something that don't report. So there is a lot that try to report, they have protection. There's a woman who, she literally was gunned down right after she went to court and got a protection order. That piece of paper is not saving people. And I find it interesting that every time we're talking about victims, everyone has to say men are victims too, men are victims too. They sure are. That doesn't change who these victims are. Majority of victims of DV, homicide, deletion, are women. So we can have the male conversation, but the dismission, this like being dismissive in this conversation about the victims, craziness. We have a very low crime rate in our city. Our sheriff has never been on TV. This guy loves to draw attention to himself. No, he doesn't taint any jury pools because there's nothing he can say to taint it. He's showing evidence. He's being transparent. Florida will show 30, 40, 100 minutes of body cam. Anybody with a FOIA who knows how to write a FOIA request can get all that information. That's not about drawing attention to yourself. That's their standard of, transparency. Yeah, I hate that when men are getting brought up in situations where it's overwhelmingly them as the perpetrators. Exactly. Why do we have to be unrealistic? Yeah, they become the most dangerous when you try to leave. I don't know, if he actually did that. If she was actually trying to leave, or if it was just him overreacting to something.
This is a family disturbance that apparently had gone on for some time. We talked to another family member, and that family member said, oh, he's been beating on her for a while. So we've checked our records to see if we received any calls at the residence, and we have not. He has never been arrested for domestic violence. But bottom line is, 3 days before Christmas, he shot and killed his wife. He shot his 13-year-old stepdaughter twice and intended to kill her. Called his sister and confessed that he did something terrible. And then rather than be arrested, shot and killed himself. Quite frankly, I don't want to sound sinister, but the only thing he did right that night was shoot himself after those horrible deeds.
And let me say, that's a fact. Save the taxpayers some money. That's the only thing he did right.
If he felt that way, he could have taken himself out and not hurt those two beautiful people. So it's sad anytime. It's horrific anytime. He had a chance. He could have gotten mental health help. We'd have done anything we could for him and the family in advance. But he just absolutely destroyed a family literally, and the mental health of two children without their mama and an infant that will grow up without a mother and a father 3 days before Christmas. Any questions?
You said the 12-year-old that's asked not to be shot at. Did you mean the 13-year-old?
I meant the 13-year-old. 12-year-old was the boy. The 13-year-old was the girl. The 13-year-old girl begged not to be shot.
Doesn't really
Please
matter.
don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me.
I don't see. I mean, I guess they have to clarify, but regardless.
And he shot her twice anyway. The 12-year-old had fled out of the house, and the 12-year-old, heard the first gunshot as he was leaving.
Was it that neighbor that ended up being able to call 911?
He went to a neighbor's house, and 911 was dialed from the neighbor's house.
Is the gun registered to him?
We don't know who the gun's registered to, and you don't have to register guns in Florida. So that we will do a background on the gun, but that's.
You don't even have to register guns in Florida. Do y'all know that? Floridians? All the people who want to move to Florida? They could have a bunch of weapons that the government doesn't even know that they own.
It's too early to determine ownership, but the reality is in Florida, we don't register guns, so.
And I know you said he didn't have there hadn't been prior domestic violence related calls. Did he have any other, history of any sort of violence?
No criminal history.
What happens to these children now?
Well, right now they're with the grandparents. DCF's call. DCF will take custody of them. They are placed right now with grandparents. And long term, the DCF and the grandparents will have to work that out because, I understand that the 12-year-old boy and the 13-year-old girl who was shot, that their father is in California, some places, never had any interaction with the children. That's the early information. And of course, the infants, mom and dad are deceased. So the entire family was destroyed. And I must tell you, our homicide detectives are distraught. When they go in there, there's a beautiful Christmas tree with lots of Christmas presents under the tree, just like the nuclear family should be. And so they said, we see this big, beautiful Christmas tree. We see the presents wrapped underneath the tree. We see the evidence of a wonderful Christmas about to occur in this house. She goes to church. She tells him, you need God. You're slipping into abuse of drugs and alcohol. And it ends up this way. And quite frankly, it's not surprising. Some women protect their husbands, and she never called on him. But apparently, he's been known for injuring her in the past.
What's the message, just especially since it's Christmas time, to other families? I mean, I know this is probably the worst possible.
Sure. My message to everyone is there's always help, free help. Dial 911 and say, I need help. Call any human services. We'll all provide help. None of this had to occur. There's no reason for this to occur. How does an argument over a television program end up with a murder, an attempted murder, and a suicide? That should never happen. So call for help. We have all kinds of services. We will come to you. We do house calls. We'll come to you and help you. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt a loved one.
You think the letter could have been what started this argument?
Have no idea. Have no idea about it. We have no idea that whether or not she wrote the letter last night or this has been a build up over time. That will be part of the investigation into the future. But it was.
And the sad thing is that once people become stuck in these relationships, they keep trying to see potential. Like, you could get better. You need to improve. You need to do this, that, and the third. Like they really think that they can change the partner. It's like after a while, you just kind of have to realize that a person isn't going to stop hurting you, and they're going to escalate. They're always going to get worse. They're always going to, if they're starting off wild, shoving you, pushing you, doing all that little stuff where it's still violent, it'll get much worse, I promise you. And I don't think that's what victims realize. They don't realize that it's going to escalate. It's never going to get better. It's always going to get worse. Once a person starts harming you in a relationship, they're not going to suddenly stop harming you or harm you less. They might stop temporarily, but they're always going to come back worse. Yeah, they fall in love with potential, not reality. They don't realize that a person, 9 times out of 10, they're going to revert back to that violent behavior. All right, so it's kind of just troubling. That's all on this one. Let's move on to the next story. Let me just X out some tabs over here, Mr. Florida man. And we're going to pull up the next case, all right? OnlyFans model who deleted Toby Obumselli is in court. All right, let me put this case up here for us to go over. Screen, sorry, people. Full screen, and let's go.
January 7th as a final date for corrections to let us know exactly what the final decisions are in terms of any discipline or any other issues having to do with this case. All right, thank you once again.
And Judge, we would also just request if corrections does have a report created that they make it available. It's one of those things that I think the family's going to want to hear, or at least review themselves. The state's going to want to review it, and I believe certainly the court's going to want to review it.
Well, and this may be something that needs to be litigated, but off the cuff, it does appear that would be something that would be a matter of public record.
Correct.
So I would think that would be obvious that should happen, but Ms. G-Care.
Who's the other? Does she think she's getting famous off of this? Who was that other one? Jodi Arias. Remember, she was doing the handstands. Yep, I'm gonna show y'all. Jodi Arias was doing the handstands over there. She was the bombshell in court. You know, that this is what this little psychopath thinks. They told her her lawyers decided to bring her sex appeal down. Remember? This young lady thinks she thinks she's Jodi Arias. She's in there, eyebrows done, hair done. She got light makeup on. She thinks we don't know. The girls know a light beat. She thinks she's Jodi Arias. Just like wicked and weird, and you know, her excuses don't add up. Thank you guys so much. Her excuses aren't adding up. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, once the investigation is closed, it does become a public record. People are able to put requests through our portal for the report, and they'll receive it that way.
Yeah, and that will be provided to the court. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Not a problem.
Mr. Dye, are you ready to recall?
Yes, Your Honor.
Page 6 and 7, Sunny. Is he going to
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Let's go ahead and raise my hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and the truth of the church? You can put your hand out. State your name for the record. What is your date of birth? How far did you get in school?
Ashes.
Do you have any history of mental illness?
Yes.
Are you currently under the
PTSD.
Okay. Are you currently under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you been understanding what we're doing here in court as well as your conversation with your attorney? Yes. I understand you wish to admit you violated your probation in exchange for the plea that was read into the record a moment ago. Has anyone, including your own attorney, promised you anything other, something different? Has anyone forced, threatened, or coerced you to accept a plea at this time? So January 20th, I would like for us to reconvene for status. And then officially, it will be a 4/16, 4/27 sounding in trial. I think that's pretty much all we can accommodate at this point.
All right, 4/27. That is April 27th. Obviously, the judge setting the.
Oh, so we're going to basically follow the case of Courtney Clooney or Clooney. I forget if that's how you spell her name. It looks like it's spelled wrong. But yes, this is the woman who deleted Toby Obumselli, multiple stab wounds. He was known for getting into physical spats with her. Obviously, her being the aggressor.
The court date, the trial date for Courtney Clooney. Key rulings on Thursday's hearing, though, could tip the scales for her defense. Clooney appeared in court for two pressing issues, basically. Her attorneys were hoping to dismiss some privileged material that they believed that was related to the investigation. They don't want it coming into the trial. And a request for bond. Both were addressed by the judge, Judge Wolfson, before setting that trial date. Take a listen.
First and foremost, as to the defendant's motion to dismiss information based on repeated government misconduct and for obstruction of evidence pursuant to Brady and Youngblood, the court is respectfully denying that without an evidentiary hearing. As far as the defendant's second amended motion for reconsideration of bond, the court does not believe there has been a subsequent event or new information that would materially alter the prior rulings of Judge Cruz pursuant to 907-0415K and Florida Rule of Criminal Procedure 3.132M. And that motion is also respectfully denied.
All right, so Courtney Clooney lost to both of those motions, and she'll be in jail for the holidays. But
and we don't care. Okay? Regardless of how people feel about Toby Obumselli, his relationship, his tweets, okay? Because that was a big problem with him, was his tweets were very anti-Black. She still murdered him, okay? In cold blood, no information over the last couple months has come out to exonerate her or to prove that she was acting in self-defense. She still is guilty as sin, as she was when they arrested her. Okay, there's a history of her fighting and attacking him. There was videos that came out of them getting into spats and her lashing out aggressively. We saw those. Well, happy birthday. Happy early birthday. That'll be the start of the trial of Toby Obumselli's deletion, Florida versus Courtney Clooney. We might follow that one, all right? But let's hear some more about what's going on with the case.
her trial's coming up. So let's get down to business here. Frank Prieto is with us, Courtney Clooney's attorney. Your reaction to the judge's rulings yesterday, lost to both. Are you expecting that? What's your take?
Good morning, Ted. Yeah, like you said in the outset, the good news is we have a trial date certain. The bad news is we did not prevail on either of the motions. Look, it's expected. A lot of times defense lawyers need to file motions to preserve the record on appeal if the client were to be convicted. We don't believe that's going to happen. We believe we'll show that Courtney acted in self-defense to save her life. But we have to file motions on the defense side to preserve the record. But just to clarify.
I think it's interesting. Frank Prieto, he's Courtney Clooney's attorney. He's a criminal attorney that specializes in drug trafficking and organized crime. Honey, maybe you should find another attorney. He might get you a deal. Maybe 19 years or 18 years or something. No, you're thinking of the right case, Teresa. Unfortunately, yes, there's a lot of Black males who can't just date out. They have to insult their race and the women of their race when they date out, which is what makes what happens in their relationships troubling to care for and defend. You know, a lot of Black women didn't really care about this case because of his past, which I don't blame him. So sad. She was known to attack him. I believe he wrote her a letter telling her he thought she would end up killing him. So how can she claim self-defense with a straight face? Because she's shameless and she comes from money. She has family members who are backing her. Just shameless. Just a Florida person. He was a prosecutor for 3 years, so Frank couldn't handle serving justice for more than 3 years. Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely are, Teresa. Unfortunately, definitely are.
One of the motion to dismiss was not based on the privileged materials. The motion to dismiss was based on newly discovered evidence that a police officer told a building employee who was the first person to arrive before the police that.
And the judge said respectfully that that wasn't shite. He said nothing, no subsequent events, no, we haven't been presented with any new information, denied, and you can stay in jail until we get this figured out, until a jury of your peers decides. Now, we'll leave it up to them, but right now you're not going anywhere, Courtney. Sit down, Courtney. Maybe you need a better attorney. Not saying that we should be helping her get out, but honey.
Gentleman was taking videos and photos of the crime scene. And a police officer, according to this person's sworn testimony in the civil case, told him to delete everything. In fact, stood over him and made him delete all these photographs with which would have shown the pristine crime scene. So that was the basis of the.
Well, first of all, you're not supposed to be taking pictures of a crime scene to begin with. So maybe that's why they told you to delete it. Right? Maybe that's why. If I make it to a crime scene before the police and I start taking pictures, I'm not going to be privy to those pictures if police catch me on scene. You might be able to get away if you get there before police and snap pictures, but now you'll also be considered a possible conspirator, person involved in the case. Because again, how are you getting to a crime scene before police to take pictures? These attorneys like to throw in dust, but there's nothing behind that dust. It's sparkly dust.
Motion to dismiss on top of obviously the prior misconduct of the government, reading our privileged emails and texts. So, but again, we did not expect to prevail on that. The motion was difficult. The motion for bond difficult to prevail on because the prior judge's ruling. So Judge Wolfson gave us a great hearing and was very thoughtful about taking the evidence, but we did not prevail. Very difficult situation to get a bond at this point.
Yeah, it's hard to get a bond because she did it. She had the knife. She was all bloodied. She acted. I mean, he should really try to go for manslaughter at this point. Like to flat out say that she was doing it in self-defense when there's no proof that she needed to defend herself. Just crazy. Just craziness.
Will you be able to present that at trial, the story of the police officer allegedly telling the employee to delete everything at the crime scene?
We should be. That may be a discretionary call on the part of Judge Wolfson. We will be asking the court to basically instruct the jury after we elicit that testimony. The judge in their jury instructions, we're going to ask for an instruction that says we're entitled to a negative inference from that, meaning that the evidence could have been potentially useful to us and instruct the jury as such that they can make a negative inference from the destruction of that evidence.
The videos that are out there that show your client and Mr. Obumselli quarreling, fighting, sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's just, yelling, all of that. Will the jury see all of that? Or are you trying to restrict some of it? What's the defense strategy in terms of what you want the jury to see and what you don't?
Right. Well, the videos.
And I'm gonna end it there because on this case because nobody's hoping for her to be exonerated or thinking excuse me, how she's going to get out of this case. There's so much damning evidence against her. Um, just a wicked, wicked case. All right, we're gonna move on to another one, and guys, these are progressively gonna get worse as we go on in the video. Please, trigger warning for anyone in cases of violence against women, especially women who are pregnant, expecting. If that type of thing is going to trigger you, I would suggest you tune out for now and come back a little bit. But let's get into this here. This bandit individual, this woman went to the police several times, but he had beaten this woman prior while she was pregnant and actually ended up doing it fatally. All right, let's get into this case.
History of abuse was no secret. Then his violence escalated, triggering police to search for him when he was wanted for murder.
Down! Get on the ground! Hands behind your back!
This is Inside the Crime presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner. This suspect was already on the court's radar because he was awaiting sentencing in another violent case with the same victim, the mother of his unborn child. It's June 13th of 2024. We're in Columbus, Ohio. It's 6:40 in the morning and a 19-year-old rushes to the police department. She tells an officer in the parking lot she had just been beaten by her boyfriend. Officers confirmed her name was Brooke DeVinny, who at the time was living with her boyfriend, Devin Blair. Brooke's story was shocking. This argument took place in her car. Her boyfriend reportedly told her that she better not get off at this exit. But when she did, he punched her in the right eye and hit her multiple times in her head, at one point even grabbing a can of car cleaner and threatening to bash her head in. This wasn't the first time he had been violent toward her. He allegedly stabbed her previously, and she had to be hospitalized previously because of his assaults. Court records detailed one specific incident on December 28th of 2023. In that incident, Brooke reported that she was trying to leave for an appointment when Devin began threatening her. According to court documents,
how does this guy have? This is crazy. I gotta bring this. We're not even 2 minutes into the video. We just heard some horrific things. Let me bring this back real quick.
Radar because he was awaiting sentencing in another violent case with the same victim, the mother of his unborn child. It's June 13th of 2024. We're in Columbus, Ohio. It's 6:40 in the morning and a 19-year-old rushes to the police department. She tells an officer in the parking lot she had just been beaten by her boyfriend. Officers confirmed her name was Brooke DeVinny, who at the time was living with her boyfriend, Devin Blair. Brooke's story was shocking. This argument took place in her car. Her boyfriend reportedly told her that she better not get off at this exit. But when she did, he punched her in the right eye and hit her multiple times in her head, at one point even grabbing a can of car cleaner and threatening to bash her head in. This wasn't the first time he had been violent toward her. He allegedly stabbed her previously, and she had to be hospitalized previously because of his assaults. Court records detailed one specific incident on December 28th of 2023. In that incident, Brooke reported that she was trying to leave for an appointment when Devin began threatening her. According to court documents, he made her strip out of her clothes he bought for her for Christmas, leaving her completely naked on the street. When she ran to the garage, he followed her. And
that's incredibly abusive behavior. And all of that grooming and grooming's not the best word here, but all of that love bombing that they do, shower you with gifts, give you money, make you feel special, take you to the best hotels, take you to the best concerts, restaurants, make you feel special. All of that is so that they can eventually come back and be like, I gave you this, I did this for you. That's why it happens a lot of times so fast. I bet you this was a relationship that progressed incredibly quickly.
Bashed in her car's windshield before grabbing a knife. Then he began punching her and dragging her by her hair inside the home. He beat her viciously during this incident, even at points holding her in a chokehold and threatening to kill her. He was charged with felony domestic violence, and he pleaded guilty to that charge. Prosecutors urged the judge to hold him in jail before he was sentenced, but according to a report from The Columbus Dispatch, Judge Michael Holbrook released Devin on a $10,000 recognizance bond. This meant he didn't have to pay anything up front to stay out of jail before he was sentenced. The judge ordered he wear an ankle monitor and stay away from Brooke. In court, he reportedly told Devin, "I'm taking a chance. Don't disappoint me." His sentencing date was set for July 22nd, but on June 16th of 2024, a text comes into 911. It's one of Brooke's family members reporting that Devin is at Brooke's home again, and he's assaulting her again. But this time, his violence proves fatal.
I think he's back at the house. He got some screaming inside.
He killed my sister.
Where's your sister? Is he inside? Is he inside?
No, he dipped. I don't.
Where's your sister?
She's upstairs in her room. Upstairs to the left is the bed in the ring. He killed her.
He's not here, but his brother or her brother's saying that. So maybe 1018, stand by.
Oh, baby.
Get out, please.
You know, that cry was, that one hurt. You know, you can tell that it's excruciating what he just saw.
I tried doing compressions. I couldn't.
What's your name?
Her name's
Start me some cars here too. She may be 1018.
I don't think she has a pulse.
10-3 over 4623 Parkway.
Okay.
She's putting color in her.
Okay, I'm gonna pull her out. Start some compressions.
I tried to get her compressions over here.
What's your name?
Anything. My name is Alpena.
No, her name, dear.
Her name is Brooke Devine.
Brooke
Tyler Devine.
Brooke, can you hear me?
Officers do all they can to try to save Brooke's life. But Devin didn't just hurt Brooke. He hurt their unborn child, too. At the time she was found unresponsive, Brooke was 14 weeks pregnant with Devin's child.
And, you know, that's when the mortality rate really becomes high for women who are expecting, right? They become very likely to be deleted by the person who impregnated them. And this is a young girl. This is not a grown adult woman. Like, she's 18, 19 years old.
I don't know the address one teller that was at the.
It's us three.
What's going on?
Brooke Tyler Devine. She has no pulse, not breathing. Abusive boyfriend has multiple charges.
He's in there right now?
No, he left.
Yeah,
we've
got 3 in here. We're just kind of
okay.
checking her out.
Officer's in there right now?
I don't think she's alive anymore.
He beat the daughter?
I think I don't know. She's covered in blood.
How old is she?
19.
We already.
She has.
We have officers in here?
She's upstairs.
Isn't the officers in here already?
Yeah, we'll go in there. We're going to start probably getting
multiple
witnesses.
Very faint to the face.
And then we'll start getting with witnesses.
Oh, this nigga ass. All right.
I wasn't able to get out. There's multiple.
Calm down. We have top on the way, ma'am.
So, guys, what we're probably going to do then is start doing this up regardless of how she's out there. We're going to treat it like you need to go the most serious thing possible. If we could, we'll get you guys separated into cruisers so that when our detectives come here, they'll talk to each of you about what you saw and heard.
Get home. Take off work. She's not here.
Here, can I get one of you guys to come with me? And I'll sit with you.
You want to come with me, sir? If she's going with you, I'm going to come with me.
I'm going to move this back to speed. Yeah. We want to make a whole...
You go with that officer.
He's going to be wearing a black hoodie and orange shorts. He's got a large afro.
One side of his neck is like a red lipstick tattoo.
Cool. If you don't want to, you better stay out. If you want to have a seat, fine. If you want to stand there, it's also fine. What's your name?
Brandon Devaney.
All right, this is your sister inside. Can you tell me what happened this morning?
Heard them fighting. They fight all the time, and thought it was just normal fighting, run-of-the-mill fighting. Heard some bangs, just crashing noises. She screamed. And then me and my fiance Michelle, we went downstairs.
Your fiance?
Yeah.
Okay.
We went downstairs. We were waiting for him to make a run for it. He's done this before, where he attacked her and ran as soon as he knew there were people around. We contacted police as soon as.
Want to hold tight for me here, Ben. I'm gonna move my car so they can get through. Sorry about that, Benny.
I mean, as violent as he was, I'm really not understanding. What the? Sorry, guys. I really am not understanding why he was able to be bonded out while he's awaiting sentencing for previously attacking her. You know, to the point where her neighbors and people in the area recognize him. They know his violent habits. I mean, what were they waiting for?
My sister said you heard screaming. We fight often.
Yeah, and
Is this your neighbor?
Yeah, I've been through all this. I've called so many times.
You mind if I talk to him alone for a second?
Yeah,
ma'am?
that's fine.
Thank you.
I was just heard fighting, crashing, and the banging. Me and my fiance, we went downstairs because usually he would make a run for it. Everything went quiet, and we heard.
Yes, it should be. I think they said 3 officers inside.
We heard another scream, and that's when we were finally like, okay, this is definitely serious. We sent you guys a text because we know if he knew police would come, he would run, which he did because he came out as you guys arrived. And we waited and waited, and he came down with his clothes and a bag. And after you guys got here and chased him, we went upstairs to check on my sister. Her door was locked. She wasn't responding. I broke into her room, but opening the door with a credit card. All we found was her wrapped up in her sheets and a blanket on the bed. It woke my dad up, and then it's where we are.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a couple more dumb questions real quick, okay? Did you notice any injuries on her that you could see?
I was in shock. She had the.
Did you see any blood on her?
I mean, I'm still covered in her blood.
Okay.
So,
do you have any idea where it came from at all? Any whatsoever? Okay.
She might have got a better look. She tried CPR.
Did you hear any gunshots?
Whose vehicle is this? Is this white Civic?
Yeah, that's my sister's.
Okay, so he was taking her vehicle? Okay. No weapons, anything in her room?
Not that I know of. There shouldn't be any guns or anything like that. There might be a knife, but aside from that, I don't.
Okay. So we'll probably have a detective talk to you soon. Are you comfortable standing here getting air, or would you choose it? Okay. All right, thank you, Brandon.
With Devin on the run and nowhere to be found, officers canvassed the neighborhood for any possible sightings.
We can go check back here.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't even know what that was all about. Sorry. So this gentleman here says he's never locked his gate ever, and it's locked. You can't get into it. And this is where he was last seen cutting through the fences. So it's possible he could be back there.
Is there another way other than going through your gate? Like, can we go through your house?
And if they know these guys are just going to run away like this, I really don't. Oh, I can't edit that. Sorry, guys, I'm over here multitasking. They know these guys are just going to try and run away and not show up back to where they're supposed to be. He's awaiting sentencing. Why is he free? That's my thing. Why is he free? Okay, sorry guys, I'm over here double doing things.
Can go out because I prefer to not destroy your gate.
Yeah.
But I also want you to be safe.
Yeah. Are we all going through the house?
What's that?
Are we all going through?
If you just want to show us where your backyard is, we'll do that.
From in the house.
Yeah, I mean from the inside, so we can, because you said it's locked.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want us to just crack it open.
No, don't turn my gate up. Let me go out. All the fucking doors. I'm not out of the house.
I think we'll make an exception. Tell her you were ordered to.
This is where he was last cutting through, so.
Get ready to clear this backyard from 657. Copy, hold there.
Officials announced Brooke was dead just before 9 a.m. Her unborn son, who she was reportedly planning to name Aiden, was pronounced dead just a few minutes later. There's still no sign at this point of Devin, but he couldn't have gotten too far because he was on foot. A few hours later, though, officers close in on him.
Get down! Get on the ground! Hands behind your back!
Out the back door!
That's him. Yep, that's the gremlin. You can tell by the unkempt hair while he's on the ground that is the gremlin in question.
Check his other name. What's your name? Devin? Devin?
Yeah,
this one.
Morning, Kelsey. That's suspect from Monaco.
Stand up, Devin. Come on, stand up.
I copy one. I copy. It is the suspect.
191, if you can put the address of this house over before you happen at.
Is it the 4234 Clemmer's North?
That's so anybody else down? We have them in custody.
I copy. Shut down 60.
Good job, Kenny.
Can you stay with that property, Josh? Check that wood line, make sure nothing's back over there. I am a what? Nothing. Face the car. Spread your feet. I got weed on me. Cottrell, maybe? I got weed on me. Okay.
Okay, we're in front of 815. Not sure of the name, but I got a tag for you. George Charles Lawson, 2214.
I'll put your legs down.
Okay, copy.
Get that touch. I can get my water. Let me get my water. Hey, stop. Stop. Let me get my water.
Making demands. This little gremlin, entitled gremlin, making demands after they just discovered a body in your house. What an idiot.
Later. Okay? One 9-1. She just want to go to wagon over here. He keeps trying to hit his head. Bro, I'm cool. Let me go, bro.
No. You're the one that did it.
Let me go, bro. Let me go, bro. I think it's like Cottrell. It's right on the corner.
They found it.
Bro, let me go, bro.
No.
You want to slam your head and be stupid?
What happens?
We'll just help you make a good
Okay, thank you.
Racist? You don't need to do this. Yeah?
Oh, Lord.
I'm racist.
They're racist. This is the stupid games. These be the type of people that try to contain myself.
Let's see what this is being like.
For sure, right.
Where my legs go?
No. You want to do stupid stuff? You get a hobble and we'll put him on the side. Sarge, you get a hobble and we'll put him on the side. Got one.
Damn, I'm tripping. I get on my side, my damn self.
Ain't no one listening to you right now, guy. Yeah.
Okay, so right there where that hole is.
Right where I had him down on the ground. He was coming from that way.
Yeah, he's looking for one right now.
No, you don't need no wobble.
Hobble.
Whatever.
He had to be transported to jail strapped to a gurney because he refused to walk.
1, 2. I mean, this is going to become a waste, drain of space on society now.
2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. You got her. Are you gonna walk with us? Huh? All right, let's stand up. You ready? 1, 2, 3, stand up. Here we go. Put your feet on the ground. Sit up.
It's up to you.
Because that's like when you look somebody up, that's important to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We'll run them through. I mean, I don't think they need to re-fingerprint him. They already have his fingerprints.
But it's a major case. They need to do ink on major cases.
Didn't he go through on that 4 strangulation? That should have ink on it.
Yeah, but
They want a separate one.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you have a major
I
case.
gotcha.
Well, I'm gonna leave this up for you guys.
Yeah, I'll log off.
Please don't send any dirty emails. Like I said, I can go in there with you guys. We can cuff him up now, or we can just leave him until he's ready to go.
I mean, the more people, better, right?
Camera on.
Alright, put these guys back on here. Stick your arms out of there. Yeah, put your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers like a friend, palms together. Alright.
All right. Excuse me. Not too much to see else on that loser. Kind of being passively resistant, trying to equate himself to a civil rights person who's being arrested for some unjust reason. The delusion is troubling. All right. Let's move on to the next case. All right. This is a woman who flew all the way to Florida from New York because she had a little tiny ego. Okay, a woman lost her life because of a man that she wasn't even dating. All right, this one really, really bothered me, especially after Romika's case. Losing her life because of an ex-boyfriend who could not move on. But to know that a woman took it upon herself to commit this heinous act, it was troubling as well. Let's continue. First of all, look at these ragtail braids. If she would have been worried about her looks, she wouldn't have. Let me stop.
A woman's jealousy became a motive for murder when she went to the extreme to take out another woman she thought was standing in her way.
So when I came back the second time, I seen her car outside. I'm like, she has to be here. So when I came, I knocked really hard, and she has a little dog, and she didn't answer. So I just tried the door, and when I opened the door, she was on the floor.
This is Inside the Crime, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner. We'll get to this story in just a sec, but there's a reason that Law and Crime is the go-to law more than was so claimed on your son a little They're escalated into something dangerous. Curiosity. In this case, though, it escalated into something far more dangerous.
He came here and found my cousin. Is that really my cousin? That really?
I haven't been in there. I don't know.
July 13th, 2022. We're in Tarmac, Florida. It's just before 3 p.m. Then a frantic call comes in to 911.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Oh, ma'am, I don't know the address. I just came.
Okay, what is the apartment number? Do you know if that has a building number?
I could go downstairs and check. 1 second, please.
Stay on the phone with me. What's your phone number?
Hold on, man. Hold on.
A Broward County deputy responds to the Tarmac Village apartment complex. They learn a woman is unresponsive while in her second-floor apartment.
Does she live alone?
No, with her mom, but her mom is a flight attendant. No one there.
How do you have access to the house?
I can't. Don't touch anything. Exactly the way they are. I didn't have.
How far out is Bravo 2?
I didn't have access. I've been. Yeah. Yes. 200. What number? 200. 200.
How did you get access inside?
I don't have access. I've been calling her all morning, and she wasn't answering the phone. And I came here the first time, and I just knocked. And I was like, I seen her car. I didn't see her park in the parking lot. She always parking in the handicap. So when I came back the second time, I seen her car outside. I'm like, she has to be here. So when I came, I knocked really hard, and she has a little dog, and she didn't answer. I just tried the door, and when I opened the door, she was on the floor.
The door was unlocked.
Yeah, the door was unlocked.
So have you been in the house?
Just have, yes, and I just came the second
Did you
time.
see anybody in the residence?
No.
I just want to get some more information before I get in there.
No.
Okay.
So that's the bandit in question that this woman flew all the way to Florida for. And he's not even telling them, oh, that's my girlfriend. That's my girlfriend. Why don't you have access? They're asking him because he was not her man. He was just some ninja who came over and laid pipe and left. That is who that insecure woman came and deleted.
All right. When I'm done with this, stay tight. I'm running to talk to a lot.
No problem. No problem.
And just try not to touch anything with your hands.
Okay, y'all. I'll touch the door and
you go back
everything.
in right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it a 1 or a 2 bedroom?
It's a 2-bedroom.
Was she on any medication, anything?
No, not that I know. She worked a party last night, and then that was it. And I called her this morning. I was calling her this morning, texting her, and she was no. Her phone was delivering it to me. She's like my girlfriend.
No, that's fine.
Yes, she's like my girlfriend. Yes, yes.
Does she have any children?
Right here. No children, just a little dog. 200. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Okay.
You can put your hand up and clear the rest.
One person's got to go in. That's it. So
The apartment belonged to 23-year-old Kayla Hodgson and her mom. We can't show you what first responders found inside the home because it's truly that gruesome. Inside, there was blood everywhere, and Kayla was unresponsive, lying in a pool of her own blood.
She's gonna be right there when you go in. Yep. Yeah, she's right there. I'll just sit down. I have to stay with you. I don't want you to be right by the door. How long have you been together for?
About a year.
And two, is it girlfriend, ex-girlfriend?
No, it's like, yeah.
This is the bandit in question. I mean, seriously. It's giving Fatal Attraction. It's giving just.
All right. No.
Just so I can read his handwriting. That's your first name?
Yes, Roberto Robinson.
Roberto Robinson.
Rivalto discovered Kayla's body, and he confirmed he's the one who called 911.
Hey, listen, man. I'm sorry that you're going through this. We're going to do everything we can to help you out. We'll be here for you, all right? I appreciate you talking to me and being cooperative and calm, all right? We're going to have a million questions to ask you. Just bear with us, all right? Okay. You are her. What's a phone number for you? You got a cell phone? Do me a favor. Just like your hands, don't like wipe them all.
Yeah.
Just leave them there.
This from me pumping her chest. They told the paramedics told me on the phone to pump her chest.
problem. Okay, so how do you know her?
That's like my girlfriend. We've been messing around for like over a year now.
I'm moving because of COVID and all that. So
Okay, you just stay here. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not trying to be rude. Oh, it's so okay. So you've been dating her for about a year?
Yes.
Are you her only boyfriend?
I have no idea.
Okay,
Just
no
messing
problem.
around.
Okay. And for about a year.
Yes.
How did you meet her?
We met at a party through mutual friends.
Okay.
One of her friends deals with one of my friends.
Who does she live here with?
Her mother's a travel attendant.
Mother is a traveling attendant.
Not a travel attendant.
Flight attendant?
Flight attendant. I'm sorry.
Do you have any of her information, phone number, or anything like that?
Yes.
This is a man she's been sleeping with for a year, not even in a relationship, doesn't have a key to her place or nothing like that. This is who she got on a plane to go and take out?
I have her phone number.
Okay. You know her name?
Kayla.
Her mother's name is Kayla?
No, I don't know her mother's name.
Okay. What's your girlfriend's first name? Kayla, did you
Yes.
say? Can you spell it for me?
Kayla.
What's her last name?
Hodge.
Hodge. Do you know her birthday?
I can get all that for you.
Okay. When's the last time you spoke to her?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? What time?
Right before she went to. Matter of fact, I came here yesterday to pick up some money from her around. I had a flight. I came in. I had a flight. I said I got here around 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock yesterday, and she broke the party.
Hold on. You were here yesterday at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
PM or AM?
PM.
7 PM, you were here.
Yes.
And she was here.
She was here. It was her and her dog.
You said you picked up money from her?
Yeah, I picked up money from her. I had some money because I had real estate.
Okay.
And I had some money wired to her.
Oh,
I got the money from her.
Okay, hold on one second. Where is her dog now?
Her what?
Her dog.
It's not. I thought it was in the room in her mother.
It might be, I don't know, okay. Okay.
I didn't search the house when I went in.
Okay. So you picked up money from her yesterday, last night, and then what'd you do?
I went home.
Okay, and then what?
That was it. I was home all day. I was home all night.
Okay.
And this morning, today I got up. I called her. She wasn't answering. I know she worked for a party last night. I know she's a bottle girl at a party.
She what?
She's a bottle girl at a party. She works at Jamaican party every weekend.
Hold on.
Every Tuesday, I mean.
Where's that at?
It's right down the road, and it's a plaza down here. I don't know the exact place, but it's a plaza.
On Commercial or no, in Lauderhill?
On Commercial.
On Commercial?
Yeah, I think it's on Commercial.
So she works at Jamaican party every Tuesday night?
Every Tuesday.
She's a bottle girl.
Yeah, she's a waitress.
Okay, what time does she usually work that until, approximately?
4.
4 p.m.? 4 a.m.? 4 a.m.?
4 a.m., yeah.
Until 4 a.m. Okay. So she went to work last night, you sure? Or you don't
I'm not sure. I
know?
No, it's terrible when you have these people who have these fatal attractions, who are just kind of dangerous people to know. When they start to know your routines like that, I bet you people knew she was a bottle girl probably from social media, you know, probably from that area, the club, you could see pictures with her. It would be easy to figure out where to find her in a particular night. You know, that's one of the things that kind of sucks of being out there in those types of industries, is because you do become predictable. You know, oh, every Tuesday night she works here. Every Wednesday night she does Jamaican night. She was an easy target for this desperate, low self-esteem woman who got on a plane to delete her.
From I left her when I left, I didn't know she was to work.
So then what? You called her when?
I called her.
Or she called you, or what?
No, I called her this early in the AM.
Okay, and then, did you speak to her?
No, I didn't speak to her. And I sent her a text, and my text said deliver. And then after a while, her phone just started doing like, it just started, as soon as I called it, like it just hung up. It didn't ring, it didn't do anything. So I was like, I was kind of getting angry. I'm like, yo. So I was texting him like, yo, why you not answering the phone? So now I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna swing by. I'm gonna come by. When I came by the first time, she usually parks in the handicap because she has a handicap sticker.
Okay.
So I parked outside of the outside of the handicap, and I didn't see her car. So I'm like, all right, let me just come knock. I knocked on the door. I heard her dog, but she didn't come in. She's the person, she doesn't leave her dog, especially if her mother's not here. So I was like, okay, whatever. I went back. I left. I went to go get something to eat, and I was like, I'm still calling her and texting her. It's still the same thing. So I drove back again to see if she came back home or anything.
Did you see her car down there at all?
When I came back the second time, I went around the loop. I looked through the gate. I seen her car parked on the outside of the apartment complex. So I drove my car around and I looked at her license plate because when she comes to my house, I have to register her car. So I looked at the license plate. I'm like, that's her car. So now I come up, now I'm banging on the door because I'm like, your car is here. I'm banging on the door. And then I just checked the door and I checked the door open and she was right there.
Then what happened after that? When you saw her there, what happened? What did you do?
I called 911.
Okay. And then what?
After I called them, they kicked me on the phone. They told me to go back inside and pump on her chest.
Okay.
And so they stood on the phone, coaching me to pump on her chest. And then that's when I heard you guys, the ambulance. And then
what do you mean you heard the ambulance?
I heard the siren. You guys just siren. Yeah, I heard the siren. And I was like, ma'am, I don't know if they can come in. They know where I'm at. Can I go downstairs and tell them? So that's when I ran downstairs.
You ran downstairs?
Yes.
You flagged them down, which they said they
saw.
I flagged them down. And then you ran back up?
Yeah, no, I went with them. I walked up with the paramedics.
Okay. Do you have an ID with you at all or no? Identification? Do you have an identification?
I have a picture on me.
You have your identification? How'd you get here? Drove?
Yeah, I drove my car.
Okay. All right. Obviously, this is what's going to happen. We're going to call some detectives. Just protocol. They got to come out and find out what happened. How did this happen? Has she been depressed? Has she been saying things she wants to hurt herself? Right?
No, she's not that type of person. She's not that type of person. She's a happy-go-lucky person. She's happy.
When you picked up money from her yesterday at 7, was everything cool then?
Yeah, everything was good. Everything was cool with us. Okay. Everything was cool with her.
Okay. Put your hands. I just want to see you.
And you know they're gonna obviously question the first person on scene, the boyfriend, the relationship, because we've seen, especially yesterday in the show. Make sure you guys go catch that. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe to that video and this one. A lot of the times, the person that is the most danger to you is your partner, your significant other. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, so yeah, they're gonna question him and be like, "What's your role in this?"
Back up a little bit.
Oh, back up.
A little bit. Yeah. Okay. This obviously looks like. What hand are you? Right-handed or left-handed?
I'm left-handed.
Left-handed. Okay. Okay. Just don't do me a favor. Just don't wipe your hand. Just leave your hand like that. If you need anything from us, just let us know. Okay. Do me a favor.
What's her name is getting along?
What's your name?
Language.
Can you do me a favor? Stay with him for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Do me a favor, though. Just go on the other side. On the other side.
I got it, sir.
All right. Who went inside? I saw Sarge go inside.
Our sergeant and
Did you go inside at all or no? Okay. Hold on.
I opened the door and I left it smaller for the fire rescue. I never went in.
Edlund and Herbert.
That's it so far.
I got hers. Thank you. Edlund and Herbert. Who cleared? Both of them? That's it?
Them two, sir.
Was anybody else with them? Do you know?
No, I was supposed to, but I was holding down the stairs.
Okay. Is anybody home here? Do we know? We checked. Nobody's home here? We knocked on this door?
We knocked the one that had camera.
Here, let's knock on this door because they're going to open the door and there's going to. Well, they can come in and out. Just let us know what they're doing. I just want to let them know what we're doing. I did not. Did anybody knock on that door?
No, not the one that had cameras.
Okay.
This one had a camera.
Okay.
Investigators confirmed Kayla died after being stabbed multiple times. Unknown to Rivalto at the time, someone made a visit to Kayla's apartment earlier that morning and she was captured on a neighbor's doorbell camera and the apartment's surveillance camera.
Hi, I'm Deputy Hughes from the Sheriff's Office. You have to stay in your house for a little bit. We're working on an investigation out here. Across the street at your neighbors. Okay. Do you have access to your Ring camera? Yeah. It's been on off. Have you heard anything in the last maybe 24 hours? I would say nothing unusual. Okay, what is the norm? Oh no, I'm just like, you know, when you hear words through different parts of nothing. Have you heard any yelling, screaming, text ups? No, I haven't. You ever check yourself? Huh? How far back did you look?
A doorbell camera captured a woman around 5 a.m. that morning wearing a wide-brimmed hat, gloves, and a COVID mask. What's more chilling is Kayla's killer took off in her clothes. Back at the crime scene, Kayla's cousin arrives and...
That is disgusting. I was going to say the jacket looked like it said Kayla on the back, so she deleted the poor girl, then put her clothes on and tried to take off like that.
her response is heart-shattering.
Sorry.
How do you know her? Your cousin?
I have to see her. Where's her body?
Hey, when's the last time you spoke to her? When's the last time you spoke to your cousin?
We spoke on Instagram, I think, yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay.
I see my cousin all this
Hey, listen, do you know her mom?
Yes. My aunt is coming. My aunt is a flight attendant. That's my mom.
Your mom? What? Your mom's here?
My mom is here. My mom is here.
Is that her mom?
No, that's her aunt.
Okay.
So,
where's her mom?
Her mom is a flight attendant. She's
Okay.
working on a flight. I just finally got in
Do not-
touch with her.
Oh,
So she's coming back right now.
she knows this. Okay.
Yeah, she's
Where is she now?
8:30.
She's supposed to come in at 8:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They live. How did you hear about anything?
Her best friend,
Who is that? What's her name?
Janisa.
Janisa? What did she say?
She said that a guy my cousin talks to told someone that she talks to that he came here and found my cousin.
Okay.
Is that my cousin back really?
I haven't been in there.
Was she in the house?
It's an ongoing investigation, so they're checking into it now. Okay. We can't share too much. You know, we want to. We can't share too much, but.
Can I see my cousin?
Not right now. So I'm gonna take this chance to go to the sheriff's office.
Oh my God, she's dead.
Mom knows.
Very sorry for your loss.
And you know what's more troubling is that this lady came from her home state. She had all the time while she was on the plane, getting out of the airport, when she called the Uber, when she figured out where the girl was gonna be. She had so much time to decide that she was doing the wrong thing, that she was being irrational, and she continued on. She walked in that woman's house. She took her life like it meant nothing, and then walked out with her clothes on. I don't know what she thought she was gonna get. This is not the day and age of people slipping away and getting away with crimes. You could have thought that through. I don't know where anybody would drive that. That person cannot be bothering you to be thousands of miles away that you need to get on a plane to go there and deal with them. This is truly pathetic. Pathetic of this woman. Let's continue.
So, what's your name, man? Melanie.
Now, is anybody here with you, Melanie? All right. Well, let's go back over here.
Let's walk over there, okay?
Yeah, let's go over
And
to
I'll
the
talk
family.
to you, and I'll talk to your family.
You need help getting up? Come on, dude. We'll help you. You okay?
Are you family on her mother's side or her father's side? Her dad? Okay, let's walk.
You
all right? Are you okay to walk?
You good?
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Kayla's mom arrived hours later to a scene no parent should have to face.
Stand by. You got family number from the west side.
I feel like this man. Who else would it be? They have. Since they got here. 911.
Mom, do you want to sit down? You guys can hang out here if you want.
Can we go there? It's just more privacy.
I understand, ma'am. We're going to be bringing the body down pretty soon. Okay.
But when they bring the body down, we're able to.
I can't answer those questions. I have no idea.
We spoke with her. They
Okay.
said you're at least able to pray over her.
Okay. Well, I'll let body removal. They'll know for that. But I'd appreciate if you guys just hang out over here till we figure that out. All right. I'm trying to have the detectives come over here and talk to you guys and just give you the gist of everything.
Yeah, because her mom just got here. So
I understand. She got off the flight, right?
yeah.
Okay. Just please be with her.
Yeah.
I know she's upset.
During the investigation, detectives learned someone traveled to Kayla's apartment with one thing on her mind. In October of 2022, investigators made an arrest in New York. 28-year-old Sakenya Thompson was arrested in Springfield Gardens, a neighborhood in Queens, New York.
And you know, Lana said, look at her eyes. I mean, yeah, there's nothing behind them. She was obviously out of her damn mind. There was nothing behind her eyes. She was out of it. This was not a human being to go and do something like this over somebody who doesn't want you, doesn't even really want her because they weren't in a relationship. So, I mean, it's crazy. Insanity.
She was extradited back to Broward County, Florida on a charge of first-degree murder. So how does a New York woman have ties to a Florida murder case? We have to go back to Rivalto Robinson. Rivalto is the ex-boyfriend of Sakenya. Prosecutors say she was obsessed over Kayla seeing him, traveling all the way from New York to Florida to confront her.
Everything went according to plan, except being discovered. Took some of Kayla's personal items, dragged Kayla out of the way in her own blood, away from the door, and left, disguised in Kayla's attire.
But the defense argued a completely different theory. They owned up during trial that Sakenya did kill Kayla, but that it was for self-defense.
This woman-to-woman conversation that Sakina had in mind had escalated and it turned into something more than what.
So you flew all the way to Florida for self-defense? I mean, the audacity is just baffling.
She planned when she went to go talk to Kayla woman to woman. She was afraid to call the police. Why would they believe her? She panicked.
It's kind of hard to argue self-defense when investigators say Sakenya went to lengths to conceal what she did. She reportedly used a fake Uber account to get to Kayla's apartment. She tried to clean up the scene. She changed into Kayla's clothes and concealed her identity. Plus, she never called 911. During trial, which took place this year, Sakenya took the stand claiming she blacked out and didn't remember killing Kayla. A Broward County jury didn't buy her story and convicted her of first-degree murder.
She blacked out all the way. She blacked out all the way from New York to Florida, honey, please. Please.
This week, Kayla's family had the opportunity to give their final words to the court and Kayla's killer before her sentence was revealed.
First, I want you to take a look and see how many people dearly loved my sister. There are many more, and I can't say the same for you. This type of love and support will never go away, and will always be here. For the rest of your existence, you will have to look in the mirror every day, regret your decisions, and think about how foolish you are. I hope all your nights are filled with regret and loneliness that you will never be able to see or hold your family again. Judge, I was advised not to say a lot more that I had to say. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
On July 13th, around 3:30, I received a phone call that Kayla was found dead in her home. The very first question I asked God in the midst of all my tears laying on the floor was, who would do this to Kayla? You see, Kayla was the type of person that you didn't get to meet twice in life. She had a spirit that shined so bright, every single room she walked into would light up like Times Square on New Year's Eve. She was a people person, easy to have a conversation with a stranger and leave you with the feeling that you've known her all your life. She was caring, the type to give you the shirt off her back if you were in need. She was family oriented, the one to always make the time to spend with family, no matter what responsibility she had to attend to. Family always came first, Kayla. She was loyal, the type to have your back and best interest in a room of people talking bad about you that you weren't present to witness. She was humble, the type to compliment the loner, awkward girl in the corner of the room and make her feel like she was the most prettiest main attraction there. All of these great qualities in a person, I almost wrecked my brain out asking myself, who would want to destroy such a light? Only to discover this jealous, insecure individual had the audacity to ruin my entire life. Who gave you the right to come into her home and do this to her? What makes you think you can violate someone's right of human life and take it away and just live a normal life after, as if nothing has happened? Or how about the audacity of you to come up on this stand and waste taxpayer dollars and tell them a crock of garbage to everyone in the courtroom about your blackout reasoning? You sat here and you stared at me and my family, my aunt, in our eyes, taunting us for 3 long years, showing absolutely not one drop of remorse for what you've done. In fact, your stare showed an expression of, so what? Yeah, I did it, and I do it again. 37 times you displayed that you deserve a life sentence over and over again. Stalking Kayla's Instagram for months, searching Terry's phone for any possible evidence displaying their interaction, prank calling her phone for weeks, pretending to be someone else. Tell me what you thought every time you searched one Princess K on Instagram. You've seen a beautiful girl with a banging body, vibrant personality, the complete, total opposite from what you see when you stand in front of the mirror. That killed you so much.
Okay, mama, read her. Read her raggedy behind. Right? Because to really go out of your way to delete somebody and then sit in that courtroom and the best you can come up with is that you were blackout drunk, you blacked out all the way from New York to Florida. Her mom better continue to read her foul, crusty, musty behind it. You better never get out of jail either.
You wanted to damage her face. That's why you did what you did. But know this, if Kayla was alive, even with those scars on her face, she would have still been the most beautiful girl in the room. She would be more gorgeous than you could ever be. Okay. Your mind is so warped because the only person who benefited in this whole situation was Terry. He finally got to get rid of you. He can now enjoy his life without having to ever worry about you stalking another female interest he may have or toxically attacking him again. I now beg the judge to grant my family and other potential families that this thing has admitted to also stalking the peace we deserve and throw you in jail for the rest of your worthless life.
Even though Sakinia testified during trial, she chose not to speak during her sentence.
And honestly, I wonder what, look at her raggedy, mumpa-toed looking self sitting there, ugly, with them raggedy, rusty edges laid down, looking like a bird wings on her face. This is showing that Kayla was loved, and that's what this raggedy ragtail girl hated so much. Look at her. Just sitting up there, pathetic, low self-esteem, weak. The edges are struggling because those are not hers. Those are wings attached to whatever. I'm glad that her mama dragged her raggedy behind and left that little raggedy corpse in the courtroom. Because for you to go all the way to New York, honey, you knew exactly what you were doing. You were perfectly comfortable. You got off the airport. You got that fake Uber account. You went to the club she worked at. You stalked her all the way to her house. You did it all. There's no proof. There's nothing that can show anything other than you being a weak individual. And I hope she never has the ability to parole, because somebody like this, you can't reform.
Hearing. So the judge had the final say.
The defendant was in the beauty business, and the beauty business is what led the police to the defendant through the DNA sample that was found underneath the fingernail of the victim. With that, I also understand I have no discretion whatsoever, nor would I want any discretion whatsoever with regard to this particular case. I do believe the defendant needs to go to prison. I do believe the defendant's, in this particular situation's crime was heinous in the way she tracked down, located, showed up, and then killed Ms. Thompson. With that, the court does sentence Ms. Thompson to adjudicated guilty sentence to life in prison. Under Florida's criminal punishment code, that's without parole. And she will serve the remainder of her life in prison. And anything else?
Order no parole. Hold on.
And she will serve the remainder of her life in prison. And anything else? Ms. Thompson, with that, the court does sentence Ms. Thompson to adjudicated guilty sentence to life in prison. Under Florida's criminal punishment code, that's without parole. And she will serve the remainder of her life in prison. And anything else? Court order reserve restitution. The outstanding court costs will be a civil lien. With that, anything further with regard to the defendant? Okay.
Her sentence marks just one form of closure for Kayla's family after all of these years, but they are grateful justice was served. It's unclear where Sakenya Thompson will be serving out her sentence. Online records as of this recording show she's still in the Broward County Jail. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Inside the Crime.
All right. Yeah, this one was crazy. Let me continue. Ignore the people in the chat in here talking about this weird forgive. Jesus forgives. I'm not Jesus. I don't got to forgive none of these wicked people on earth who are choosing to take other people's lives. It's not my job to forgive them. Now, if Jesus would like to forgive them on their way back over there, that's Jesus. They're Jeebus's business. So another case recently came to a close that I wanted to cover. This was the case of Cheryl Pringle. She was a missing Woburn woman that was missing in 2021. Her body was discovered a couple days later, and it was connected to her ex-boyfriend. Things finally came to a close recently when he was sentenced to life without parole. So he will pass away in prison without the opportunity to ever be paroled for what he did to Miss Cheryl Pringle. All right, let's get into this case here, guys. Do me a favor and hit the like button, share and subscribe to the video, and I will appreciate you guys.
It began as a missing persons investigation right before the holidays. In less than 72 hours, the case would take a deadly turn when a body is found near a Massachusetts highway. Years later, the victim's family comes face to face with the killer, who offered no sign of remorse.
You're a bum. You scum. You're an idiot.
This is Inside the Crime, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner.
And you know what? I am so happy that people are stopping expecting these family members to go in court and be like, I'll forgive you. Nah, save that forgiveness. You can go seek that forgiveness from Jesus Christ himself. It ain't coming from me. These families are not entitled to forgive or to expect things to go better in this person's life after they serve their sentence. No, these parents have every right to want these people to be rotting in the ground. Because to delete somebody because they don't want to be with you, craziest thing ever.
Before we get to this case, did you know there's a reason Law and Crime is the go-to spot for true crime? Quickly realized this was Now, this wasn't a random attack, but detectives quickly realized this was personal after the victim suffered more than 200 stab wounds. It's December 18th of 2021. We're in Woburn, Massachusetts. Sherelle Pringle was getting ready that Saturday night for a date. She reportedly was seeing this man for several months. She met up with him that night, but then she was never seen again. Sherelle's family said the man told them that he dropped her off early Sunday morning, but Sherelle's son said that wasn't true because he was at home all night. It wasn't like Sherelle to just disappear and not have contact with her family, especially her son. Her family immediately reported her missing. No word from her on Sunday, December 19th. However, her family did find her phone. On Monday, December 20th, still no word from her. But it was that Tuesday when her teenage son stepped into a scene no one should ever have to witness or live through. It's now Tuesday, December 21st. We're now in Saugus, Massachusetts, along Route 107. This is the location where Sherelle's teenage son, Jimani, discovered her body. Her family reportedly followed her last steps. They traced her to a route into a marshy area where they first found Sherelle's purse, and just a few feet away was her body. Almost immediately, investigators determined her death showed signs of foul play. They needed to find who Sherelle was last in contact with, and one of the last people to see her alive was the man she was meeting up with on a date. From the very beginning, Sherelle's family was suspicious of him. I mean, he claimed he dropped her off, but detectives soon learned that wasn't true. It's now December 22nd, the day after Sherelle's body was discovered, and plainclothed officers find the man who was the last person to see her alive, 44-year-old Bruce Mabin.
And he's currently residing in a correctional institution in my state, in the state that I work in. You know, so he's not getting out anytime soon. He's gonna pass his natural life in prison. But just notice what he says. You know, listen to what he says to the police while after he gets picked up and everything. Because these bandits, when they're harboring a lot of anger, just hear how they start to talk about you. Right? The victim, this person who wanted nothing to do with him.
All right, you guys. All right, you guys. All right. Come in. All right, you guys. I don't got nothing on me. All right. I wanted for questioning. I'm a suspect. I came outside to find my car. My name is Bruce Lee. Okay. I don't have nothing on me, guys. All right, man. I'm not hiding you guys. I never threw my phone away. Okay. I was about to smoke a joint. Yeah. You got me on the internet. Crazy. They got you everywhere. I know. This is my girlfriend. Right back in your pocket. Back up.
Yeah, sorry about we're all set. He's in custody over here. Things changed, I guess.
Bruce tried to play it off like he didn't know why officers were there because it wasn't for his joint.
Nick, it's running if you want to move it. I don't know if she can get out. Where do they want to go back to?
Let me call.
No, I'm like, I kind of call a lawyer because they saying I don't, they saying I ain't no suspect, but I come outside and my car is gone. So what you saying? I was going to advise you, right, not to speak.
Steve's calling Captain McDonald right now. I'm gonna figure out what
Do I know you?
Yeah.
That's you?
Yep.
Man, do that sound like me?
What's that?
Do that sound like me?
I can't comment, but I do. I remember you from the past. Yeah. Grabbed you for the a few times.
Driving without license. Nothing serious.
What's that?
Driving without license.
Let me just say, if you gotta ask a police officer, you remember me? That's not a good sign. Okay, it's not.
Yeah, nothing serious. Sorry, you connected to my car. But yeah, we're gonna pick him up.
Hey, Steve. Yeah. Hey, Steve.
Am I under?
Chelsea? Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, we can't do that for policy. Actually, let me double up though, so they don't get tight, all right?
On the ride over to the police station, Bruce was surprisingly chatty, even though at this point he's wanted for questioning in a murder investigation.
All right, I'll take him back to the barracks. What are you trying to do? Mute it?
Did you see if my phone was still on? I was on the phone with somebody.
Where is it? Right here?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's off. Looks like it's off, right? All right, man. I'm just gonna take you back to the barracks. And
Hold on, guys.
let's go.
In 800 feet, turn right.
What's that? Yeah.
Grab it.
What's going on? Let's see. It's recording video and audio.
Turn right on Massachusetts.
Good. What was that noise when you sat down? Was that my seat?
Yeah, because he's putting it back.
Slip.
I'm sitting in it. Why you come to me like this if I'm wanting to question it?
Listen, I got nothing to do with your case. Yeah, don't ask me. We're just a pickup guy. Taking him back. There'll be some guys you can talk to back at the station.
Did you do me a favor at all?
What do you need? I'll try. Depends on what it is.
My real girl is about to come meet me. She's probably about to be right
Yeah.
Your
My real girl is about to come meet me. Why would any woman want to be associated with somebody who is accused of having deleted his girlfriend? Why would any? I mean, just disgusting, honestly. And he's saying it like trying to flex on a woman who he deleted.
real girl is going to meet you.
Right here, yeah.
Where? Outside of?
Clams. Tell her to meet me at Clams Seafood. She don't know the area.
What do you need me to do? Call her or something? Tell her?
Yeah, back down.
I'll call her.
She's actually right. She's in South Boston.
She's in. I'll call her when we get back here if you want.
Wow. And these bandits, they move on quickly. So it's not like they were in love. They felt like the person was a possession. When the woman broke up with him, oh, you think you're gonna leave me? Nope, delete you. And already trying to take another woman out to eat. Unsuspecting woman. But this is why you can't just date anybody these days. You never know what they have going on. And this is where that Savannah law that you guys talked about in Tennessee, right? That would be very helpful. That would be very helpful. A database that women can search through to see if the man has ever had a charge. I'm sure this isn't a charge.
Yeah, you know her number?
I'll get it on my phone.
Yeah, we'll get your number. I'll call her. What's her name?
Linda.
Linda? All right.
Man. So all the calls just be audio on camera now?
My body is, but there's just a body camera. I don't have a cruiser camera. But yeah, everybody, they all do.
They got me down as armed and dangerous?
Who said that?
I'm just asking because of the way y'all was
Who said
acting.
that? No one said that.
No, just the way y'all was acting and reaching, and I'm like, I ain't gonna hear something.
But you deleted somebody. So yes, Bandit, you are armed and dangerous. You are, yes. So if they are looking for you that way, so what? I mean, you're associated with a dead woman. What did he think? He thought they were going to come and say, hey, can you just do me a favor? Oh, I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that in 2026. In 2026, unless that person really pisses me off, I'm not talking about that ever this year. So sorry. Shall we? The woman is not good for the country. She has no respect for men or women, and she doesn't want any to be happy because she has nothing. Are you back? Are you behind a little bit? Yeah, I think you're behind at the big fat tub whale who deleted that beautiful girl because of a man who didn't want her anymore, and who that girl wasn't even really seen.
No,
Yeah, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't going nowhere.
no, you were a gentleman. Where was your girl taking you? She's going out to lunch.
I just want to talk in. I'm just so, shit been hot. Fire. I'm on fire. I can't show my face. Everybody knows me in the city, so everybody's talking shit. Social media killing me. Are the guys already here?
What guys? The guys that want to talk to you?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're here yet. I don't know.
They're not here because we didn't even know when we were going to drop me off.
No, you're right. So they probably ain't here. I don't think they're that fast unless they got a helicopter.
So we learned a lot about who Bruce really is from that car ride. He claims he has a real girlfriend. He never mentions Sherelle or even seems to care that she's dead. Instead, he's just complaining about being blasted on social media. Now, initially when Bruce is brought in, officials seem to use a tactic, let's charge him for something we know we have him on, so we can hold him for now. And they did. They arrested him on charges of larceny over $1,200, tampering with evidence, and obstruction of justice.
Throughout this, we got to record every time we do it.
Yeah. And the last thing you want to do is let a loser like him get loose, right? Because then he'll just try to disappear. He'll try to move to another state, change his name, change his hair, do something extreme to get out of the case. They don't want to give them that opportunity, and I understand that.
My property's here. Your property? Yeah. Yeah, I got it right here. I'm gonna go through it and log it in on this. Okay?
My phone's still here? I let them go through it. I gave them consent to go through it. I don't know if
they might still have it. They might be still going through it. I don't see it.
They didn't say nothing about that. They should have said, we got your phone. They just left.
They might give you back at Lynn. That's my assumption.
They just left. Do you know if the other detective was here from Saugus?
Who?
He was from Saugus. He was with them.
I'll go check. I'll go see.
Because he might have my phone here.
Yeah.
Somebody got to have it.
All right, just got to read your Mirandas, okay? It's just part of the booking, all right? All right, before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court.
Mind you, guys, this man is convicted of stabbing that girlfriend 217 times. Right? Very passionate, very aggressive crime that he's sitting here acting nonchalantly. That he doesn't know why he's in jail. He got to call the other girl he was about to go on a date with. because he don't really care about her. Bah, bah, bah. I mean, this guy's crazy. Right. I would have ignored him. I would have been like, if you don't shut the hell up, I don't owe you crap. You'll get your one phone call. And if you want to call that chicken head instead of calling an attorney, that's going to be a stupid move. Rage is definitely destroying these men. Definitely. Let's continue. Look at him. He got a fresh haircut. So he just deleted a woman. He thought he was just going to move on to the next one and go on a date with the next chicken head. Just ridiculous.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and to have him or her with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you. If you decide to answer questions now, you still have the right to stop questioning at any time. Do you understand what I have read to you? Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now? All right, we're just doing booking. Yeah. So. All right. Are you a lefty or a righty? I just need your signature. Right. All right. You can just chicken scratch it right here. It doesn't matter. All right. Appreciate it. Medications? No. You take any medications? After like 2 or 3 ties.
Now, this was Bruce's final chance to talk to someone from the outside before he's taken to a cell, and he made use of his one phone call.
Well, listen, I'll probably be trying to call from there. I probably got court in the morning if they don't give me no bail tonight. I have court tonight. And if it's station, yeah, that's what's my man who's gonna have that bail money if they give me one. All right, I love you. I'll be calling. You need to see who did that. You need to see who did that.
Let me just give women some advice too. If he calls you from a jail phone, end the relationship. Okay? End it. If y'all are not married, end the relationship. And even if you are, drop them divorce papers. Call the lawyer. Don't waste any time. This type knows how to get themselves in trouble. If it wasn't for deleting this girl, he would have been something else. They were actually able to keep him in prison before they had full evidence on him based off of a larceny charge. So he had a criminal propensity. This is somebody who was always going to engage in a criminal act, whether it was big or small.
No. I was keeping it off. They said no. They said people talk, but she was attacking me. You shouldn't tell nobody. Oh, all right. Yeah, but if she say that, she might say that to somebody else. I'm just making sure that ain't that matter. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing what she's doing. Not knowing that she's doing that. All right, they about to put me in the cell room so I can get transported. I'll try to call you from inside the cell out there if they got it. All right.
All set? All right, cool. All right, so before going into a cell, do your shoes have shoelaces on them?
Yeah.
All right, you're just going to have to take them off, okay?
Shoes?
Yep, your shoes, anything that has drawstrings, all right? And then I'll put them right in front of you.
Oh.
You can wear the jacket.
Bruce later appeared in court and pled not guilty to the larceny, tampering, and obstruction charge. Then in January of 2022, the district attorney's office charged him with murder, and he's been held without bail ever since.
They literally said, you know what, we're just going to get you for this other charge. And while you wait for due process, which means that you'll get the right to a speedy trial, doesn't mean you're going to get out the next day. They were able to compile the evidence that they needed to, start the case against him in January, which is very important. He could have very well taken off all that time. And that's the thing. These types of dudes, they know how to get themselves in trouble. They do. The man calls you from a jail cell talking about, oh, can you post my bond? Honey, unless you're married, even if you're married, don't answer that call again. End the relationship right there. All right. He was convicted this year and sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. So he'll be serving his time until he passes away in a Massachusetts state prison. All right, guys, that is pretty much all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Right? These are not fun topics to talk about, but they're topics that are very important to talk about. All right. I will be back soon, probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, guys, just let me try to keep up with the weekend schedule. I'm definitely going to do that at the very least. So just do me that favor. Give me some grace. Give me some grace. Okay? I will see you guys on the next one. Let me send you off with some music. If you haven't already, do me a favor and hit the like button, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Florabella on my screen. Her smile, it shines so bright. She's a queen with every scene. In the morning or the night, recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. With every like and every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Recipes and good vibes flow. Every video a gem. Her confidence, it grows and grows. We're inspired like her friends. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so strong. Her spirit always glows. She's where we all belong. Every share, we feel her energy. No storm too strong, she can't bear. She's setting us all free. Unstoppable Flora, she's got that power. Spreading her aura, blossoming like a flower. Through the highs and all the lows, she remains so